So last I checked, there's about 2,000 Minnesotans who die from the opioid crisis currently. I know Trump is justifying a lot of his power grabs in immigration and elsewhere off of the fentanyl issue. Um, with the progressive liberal solution being harm reduction, I'd just like to hear your thoughts on that subject and, what we could do as progressives to solve this issue.
I mean, the way Trump is going about it is to say, you attacked me today, and then the gentleman in green has proximity to you, so I'm just going to go punch him in the face. Because Venezuela is not where fentanyl comes from, and it certainly is not trafficked through there. There are a lot more countries that we could be engaging with and have a conversation with, say, Mexico, if that was the real concern. And for us, it's not just harm reduction, because yes, once it's here, we want to make sure that people have the support and the care that they need. One, to not overdose so that they remain a part of our community. But two, that we, do everything that we can to create the programs that make sure that they're going to be safe. We had, under the Biden administration, our Department of Justice was working really hard to bring narco charges against gangs and others, RICO charges against narco traffickers and gang members. All of that work is not being done at the moment. And so there is a path to getting to public safety. There is a path to dealing with drugs. But we know that the war on drugs is a failed one, because not only has it not stopped drugs from being trafficked, it has increased drugs from being trafficked, and it has caused the communities that we've gone after the most pain. Not only because they're exposed to the drugs, but the penalties are incredible. And then it is also responsible partially for mass migration, because those countries are made unsafe throughout our enforcement. And so I'm of the mind that, and instead of keeping the problem going so that we can use it as a talking point, like, we can actually sit down and find real solutions that, progressives like myself talk about, and people say that's silly. But there are solutions out there. If we were not, doing what we are doing because, corporations are benefiting from it and they pay the politicians to continue to run. If it wasn't the military industrial complex that was benefiting from it, and they have, contractors that make this stuff that are funding these politicians. I once had a conversation with some, really decent Republican who's very anti-war, very anti-intervention, and I said to him, why you keep voting for these things that just feed the beast? And he said, well, they feed the beast in my district, and so that is, what keeps my base happy. And so I'm just going to continue to vote for these things. And so we do have representation in the House of Representatives and in the Senate of people who know what the right thing is, who have moral clarity on what the right thing is. But they are too much of a coward to stand up to the people that are funding their campaigns to say, I'm not going to allow you to traffic these drugs. I'm not going to allow you to traffic these weapons that both kill people in Mexico and other Central American countries and kill my constituents and the American people because I need a $7,000 check. Like, that is not worth your soul. And so that is what we have. Majority of the people that are there, they're not thinking about making decisions that are bold and actually effective for the American people and the global South. They are making decisions to keep themselves elected and have adjacency to power. And we are never going to have, a House of Representatives that actually truly represents the people. So thank you so much for asking that. And thank